Okay, so here we have the Tunisian honeycomb stitch worked in 2 colors using a double-ended crochet hook and worked in the round. We're using a gray yarn and a pink yarn and a double-ended crochet hook. And I've already worked a couple of rounds, so I'm just going to pick up from where I left off. We're going to pick up with the pink, and we're going to do the forward pass of the Tunisian stitch. And we need to look at the stitches. That is a purl stitch because it has that little tiny bar in front of it. That is a simple stitch. And the next one is a purl stitch because it has that little bar in front, and then a simple stitch, and then a purl. So when we go around, we need to simple stitch in the purl stitches and purl into the simple stitches. So we're going to do a purl stitch into that simple stitch, and then we're going to simple stitch into that purl stitch, and then we're going to purl into the next simple stitch. And then we're going to continue with that all the way around as we do the forward pass. To do this as we load loops back up on the hook. And eventually you don't want to have them too many loops on the hook when they start to push off the other end. So when you have an adequate number of loops already on the hook, we want to turn and start working with the other color, in this case the gray. And we're going to do our return pass in Tunisian crochet where we yarn over and pull through 2 to work some of those loops off the hook. And I don't usually like to work all of the loops off the hook. I like to leave about 1 to 2 inches so that the garment kind of lays nice and flat and the yarns don't get as easily twisted since they'll be working on opposite ends of the hook. So I'll work a few off in the gray before I turn and then work again with the pink. Okay, so that's what the back looks like. It has just a kind of typical purl stitch, but the focus is really on the front with the honeycomb stitch. So now I'm going to work some more pink stitches. And that is let's see, we just simple stitch and a purl stitch, and now we're going to purl into the simple stitch, the purl stitch. And you'll notice when you do the purl stitches, it's easy to hold the yarn down with your thumb so that you can really get the hook underneath it. And then I will build up the hook with some more of those loops before I turn again and work with the gray. So that's what the front looks like. That's what the back looks like. And now I'm going to work some of those loops off on the gray side. And we're working a few more stitches off the hook. And we'll just continue in this pattern until we reach the width for the garment that we're trying to make. And that is how I do my 2-color honeycomb stitch in the round using a double crochet hook. Thanks for watching.